Thank you, everybody, for joining us. This is Joaquim Cooder. He's going to play a song for us to start out tonight's presentation.
Well, Parker, thank you so much for asking me to. It is an honor to play for the Hahamongna community. Can you guys hear what I'm doing?
Yes, that's great.
Okay. I was racking my brain. Well, I didn't have to rack it very hard. I have a plant song. When my wife and I moved into our house in Mount Washington, we went down to probably the Home Depot down the way before we were too clued in on all the good natives out there. And we were walking the aisles and I came across a plant and the tag said Fuchsia Machu Picchu. And I said, let's buy the Fuchsia Machu Picchu. Not knowing, anything other than what an incredible name. And so I planted it right outside our back door. And it didn't seem to be doing so well at first. So I started going out there and singing to it. And I started this thing where I just every day went out there and just said, Fuchsia Machu Picchu. And then it just became this song that I started singing all the time in my car. And then I thought, you know what? I'm gonna start going out there and singing my Fuchsia Machu Picchu song for people. And anyways, that's how this whole thing started. Machu Picchu, when will you come and set down roots? Cause it's hot in that city, but don't you let that get to you. Fuchsia Machu Picchu, when will you come and set down roots? Cause it's hot in that city. Tonight's a super moon. And your red light shining. Said your red light shining down. Your red light shining. Said your red light shining down. All over this here land. Fuchsia Machu Picchu, when will you grow 10 feet tall now? Started off too slow. There's a mean sun hanging in the sky. You could bring shade to us all now. Fuchsia Machu Picchu, baby, when will you come and set down your little roots? Cause it's hot in that city. Tonight's a super moon. Oh no. And your red light shining. Say your red light shining down. Your red light shining. Say your red light shining down. Your red light shining. Say your red light shining down. All over this here land. All over this here land. All over this here land. Fuchsia Machu Machu Picchu.
Woo! Hey, thank you.
Thank you, Joaquim.
Okay, everybody. I just see
so
these
much. That was
quiet
amazing.
hands moving.
Appreciate that.
All right, you guys.
That was an awesome song.
Parker, let me know when I should come back, and I will be there.
All right, great. I'll text you.
All right.
All right, thanks, man.
What's up, party people?
What's up, Benny?
How's it going, guys?
Hey,
Good,
Benny.
man. How are you doing?
Good.
All right. I'm gonna get my screen sharing again here going. Can you guys see my screen? Is it full screen?
Looks good.
All right, great.
Looks great.
Well, welcome everyone to the Arroyo Verde Awards 2020, a festive holiday celebration honoring those who have demonstrated exemplary environmental stewardship and leadership in the Arroyo Seco. That was Joaquim Cooder providing us with a little song, Fuchsia Machu Picchu, to start out. Tonight, we are saluting the heroes of the Arroyo. The Arroyo Seco Foundation is a local nonprofit with a legacy dating back over 100 years. Our mission is to preserve and enhance the Arroyo Seco River and its watershed through education, community involvement, improvement projects, and advocacy. We advocate an integrated, harmonious approach to watershed and flood management, water conservation, habitat enhancement, and the expansion of recreational opportunities. Through action projects, recreation, and environmental awareness activities, ASF strives to involve the residents and organizations in our region in this tremendous enterprise. Thank you, everybody, for joining us tonight. We are excited to salute the heroes of the Arroyo. We are going to sort of pass the mic back and forth a little bit between Tim and I. Tim's going to take over here for the first award, first few awards actually, starting out with tonight's special honoree, Rosa Laveaga. Tim, you there?
I am indeed.
And he is indeed here.
And I have to say, it's with mixed feelings that we want to celebrate Rosa, but we're going to miss Rosa, that's for sure. Rosa Laveaga has been the heart and soul of the Arroyo Seco for 25 years, working for the city of Pasadena, the Public Works Department, as the Arroyo Seco Supervisor. She's been involved in virtually everything that went on in the Arroyo Seco. I don't know how we're going to get by without her, but she's retiring, believe it or not. So we could not let Rosa retire without giving her some tribute and some special honor. So she's our special honoree tonight, and we're so pleased that she's here. Rosa, we want to give you the opportunity to say a few words, and then those who would like to say something about Rosa will also have the opportunity afterwards. If you use the chat function to let us know if you'd like to say something, put it in chat and we'll unmute your mic. But for now, I need to find Rosa's mic and unmute hers.
Hey.
Thanks for joining us, Rosa. We're so glad to honor you, but like I said, we're really going to miss you.
Well, thanks, Tim. Thank you, Parker. Thank you, Tim. Thanks for the wonderful music. I really enjoyed that. I was getting my groove on listening to that. So thank you. I'm going to miss everyone, and I guess what I want to say is that first of all, I want to welcome a couple of friends who I invited, and there, if you bring up a list of people, I wanted to say thank you to two names that I saw from my family. My cousin Ines Almanzan Stewart, she's my cousin, but actually like my sister, really. My parents raised her, and she was raised in our home. And then my cousin Jorge Guzman, who both have been longtime supporters of me in my work and in a lot of different ways. And then I've invited some people who are close to me with the city. First, two people who retired. I know one of them is there, and that's Mr. Ted Lada. And some of you may know him and remember Ted. Ted was the foreman for many years for the Arroyo Seco, for all of the Arroyo Seco, and took care of it in a way that you never knew Ted was even present. So Tim is now living in Oregon. He's retired. He has probably over 40 years with the city, and he's with us tonight. I don't know if Elise Jackson is with us, but she's a naturalist who worked with me on a lot of projects in the Arroyo. And lastly, a couple of people who are currently with the city, Stacy Hauser, Tatras Beasley, Manny Macias, who's the current foreman for the Arroyo, and Isai Gonzalez. Those two men will be handing over the duties of the Arroyo. So, you know, I was blessed to have a job that I loved. Nothing like it. It's exactly what I studied in graduate school, and so it's a job that I took seriously, that I did. It was just a job, but it's not a job that one can do alone. You know, it took me 2 years to learn from a fellow worker of mine, John Cox. Some of you might remember his name, but from John, I learned, it took me 2 years to learn all the pieces of the Arroyo. And there's more to the Arroyo, as you all know. It's competing. I would say there's probably about 5 competing yet related issues, you know, recreation, water resources, habitat, flood management, cultural resources. And it requires an understanding of all of those things and to find a balance amongst all of those things. So I ask all of you, the Arroyo Seco Foundation, and all of you who love the Arroyo, we're at a time right now where the city hasn't decided what to do with the unique tasks that I dealt with in my 25 years. So I can't give you the name of who to call afterwards. So it's going to be really important. It's a special place. It will always be a special place. I may be doing some volunteer work after I retire on the Arroyo, and I ask all of you to not forget it, to take care of it. And I'll be sending Tim some names on who to contact for ongoing work there, and you can reach Tim and ask who. And please speak your mind, and please speak up, because as you know, the Arroyo has no voice except for those of us who care about it. And I leave you with that homework assignment. Don't forget it. It's a special place, unlike no, you know, we have this great gem that no other city around us has. And so there's still a lot of work to do. I've been involved in a lot of different projects and a lot of planning, and there's still a lot to do for all of you to do. So again, I thank you for this honor. It's really special. And thank you very, very much.
Thank you, Rosa, so much.
Thank you, Rosa.
Now we have Thomas Seifert and Diane Filibosian want to say something.
Thank you, Tim. Dearest Rosa. Where to start? How about in our backyard patio some 25 years ago when Cynthia Kurtz brought you along to introduce you as the city's newest landscape architect?
Were we ever impressed? For your knowledge,
For your love of our natural environment,
and for your total devotion to our beloved Arroyo Seco. Rosa, we forever treasure your respect and friendship with our beloved 95-year-old father, Fred, as you welcomed his daily walk into the lower Arroyo and accepted his fatherly and horticultural advice during the BFI project.
for your love of our natural environment. You have made significant contributions to our city and county, but most of all, to our citizens who admire and respect you for all of your contributions.
We consider you a close friend whom we will miss dearly, but with the happy thought that with you not working so hard, we hope we will get to see more of you. Godspeed to our extraordinary Rosa.
Thank you. Very sweet. Thank you so much, Diane and Steve.
Thank you, Diane and Steve. Next up is Eric Callow from the Pasadena Casting Club.
Good evening. Yes, Eric Callow here, representing the Pasadena Casting Club, but also myself, because I feel like I've had a personal relationship with Rosa, as well as representing the organization. In fact, I've been working, had the pleasure of working extensively and closely with Rosa since 1998, and on a variety of projects to do with the casting club, including the re-landscaping of the club grounds post the BFI project, and more recently with the renovation of the casting pond. So I have to say that there was always a very special quality to working with Rosa, a warmth and a goodwill that transcended the business at hand and rendered the transactional into the personal. So at this time, Rosa, I want to thank you for the care and the professionalism you always showed the casting club, and to personally congratulate you on a very well-deserved retirement. The Public Works Department and the City of Pasadena will not be the same without you. Thank you so much for all you've done.
You're welcome, and thank you.
Thanks so much, Eric. And I think that there's many others who would like to add on here. You know, how wonderful you've been, Rosa. Thank you so much for that. So we salute you, and you'll always be welcome in the Arroyo.
Thank you all. Thank you, Tim.
Okay. All right. Now, moving on, this has really been an incredible year, obviously, for everyone. And it's amazing how much good stuff for us has happened in the Arroyo this year. That's what's really remarkable. Everybody knows about all the pain and suffering that we as a society have been going through in this year of the pandemic. But in the Arroyo, some very significant things have happened this year that are really just good news. And we're very pleased about that. For us, the Arroyo Seco Foundation, we're especially pleased and proud that we were able to settle our lawsuit with the County of Los Angeles, the Department of Public Works, on the Hahamongna sediment removal program, and what we familiarly called the Big Dig. We'd like to honor our partners who were just wonderful in that program. I can't say enough about how wonderful it was to work with our friends from the Pasadena Audubon Society. And so now we'd like to honor Laura Solomon and Darren Dowell. We're going to unmute you too, Darren, so if you both can get in there and have your say.
Well, thank you, Tim. Thank you for asking us to join with you in the lawsuit. And it was our first lawsuit, so we were very excited to participate. And I'm very, very grateful to our attorney, Mitch, for helping us have such a good outcome. And I'm very grateful to the board of directors of the Pasadena Audubon Society for voting to support this financially. And it's been an absolute joy working with you, Tim. And anytime you need me, I'm right there. You can see from my background, this is Devil's Gate, back before it was a dam, that I love.
Wow. Wow, look at it.
My grandparents hiked in the Arroyo Seco back in the early part of the last century. And in fact, my grandmother took this picture. So it's very precious to me. And Hahamongna was the very first place where my son, John, went on an official Audubon birding trip. He was 8 years old, and now he's an ornithologist. So it is indeed a very precious, precious place to me and to our entire chapter. We have a monthly walk there, and we look forward to the restoration of Hahamongna, and we are very, very grateful to you and to the Arroyo Seco Foundation for including us in this effort, because we know it made a very positive difference. So thank you, Tim.
Thank you, Laura. Really appreciate it. Darren, you're up.
Okay, thanks, Tim. My name is Darren Dowell. If you don't know me, I'm Vice President with Pasadena Audubon, and it was a pleasure to work with Tim, Laura, and Mitch on the lawsuit. You know, the lawsuit itself, maybe not so pleasurable, but the people were. You know, I think we have some good things to show for the effort that resolved this summer, but there's plenty of work left to do, as we all know. And you know, one of the things I really appreciate about the lawsuit is getting to know Tim better, see what his thoughts and plans are going forward. I got to appreciate a lot more the work that the nursery is doing, and I really think that's a treasure that we need to leverage or take advantage of in the future. I don't know if that's the right word, but anyway, it's a really strong thing going on in the area. And I just in the last year and a half got to appreciate the work that Rosa is doing. I wasn't involved much in city meetings and things like that, but I really came to very much appreciate what she was doing for the city, and she will certainly be missed by all of us. It's there's some things in Hahamongna that are very tough to look at, and the outcome of the restoration program, the habitat restoration program, is still to be determined. It's years in the future, so we do have our work cut out for us, but I think I really appreciate getting to know the cast of characters that I think are going to be pushing for that in the next few years, and I look forward to working with you further. All right, thank you.
Thanks so much, Darren. Really, it's been such a pleasure working with you and learning your immense knowledge of birds and all sorts of other subjects as well. It's really been an inspiration to work with you. And yeah, you're right. The nursery really is a wonderful community treasure and a resource for everyone to share. So that's our view with regard to it. And we're going to be honoring some of the people that really have made the nursery come to life even more this year. So that'll be coming up soon. But now we want to move on. Mitchell isn't here, is he?
He was.
I can't.
I'm here, Tim. I'm here, Tim.
You are? Okay, well, then, and your mic seems to be on. So absolutely, we want to honor the Pasadena's leading environmental attorney. Let us say Southern California's leading environmental attorney, the one who we really know and love, and that's Mitchell Sy, who was just did a terrific job in working with 2 lawsuits, not just one, but we won 2 lawsuits against the county. And most importantly, we arrived at a settlement at the end of the discussion, which was really able to give us a lot of the concessions and benefits that we could only get through a lawsuit and through the settlement process. So thank you so much, Mitchell, for your steady hand on the helm and the way you directed us and all of your legal skills, which were so formidable. We're so pleased that you came here today to accept the Arroyo Verde Award as well. So please say a few words.
Thank you very much, Tim, and thank you to the Arroyo Seco Foundation for this fantastic honor. I'd also like to congratulate Rosa, Darren, and Laura, and all the other honorees of this year's awards. I also like to thank my partner in crime, Stella, and my family for being so supportive of us and me throughout this incredible journey. And most importantly, though, I want to thank the community that supported Arroyo Seco Foundation and Pasadena Audubon's efforts around the Devil's Gate Dam Sediment Management Project. This community support was tremendous, and without it, we wouldn't have been able to be anywhere near as successful as we were. I also like to, thank Don Bremner at the Pasadena chapter of the Sierra Club for his support of this of the lawsuit. And finally, I'd also like to thank my co-counsel Christina Caro, who's up in the Bay Area. I don't think she's on right now, but thank her very much for the work that she did on the Devil's Gate Dam lawsuit. Frankly, I think we got a fantastic result from this lawsuit. We protected. While we weren't able to get everything that the Arroyo Seco Foundation and Pasadena Audubon were hoping for, we were able to preserve a lot more habitat than what was originally called for this project. We were able to reduce the project's air quality and greenhouse gas emissions. we were able to set, and especially we were able to set a precedent for the use of compressed natural gas trucks for these types of heavy hauling projects. And finally, we were able to secure a lot of commitment from the county to advance the Arroyo Seco Foundation's goals of sustainable watershed management. And so I'm very, very proud of what we were able to accomplish through this lawsuit. It's been a very long journey and a life-changing experience for me personally. Tim, you found me at a time when I was a bit of a crossroads in my life. I was, Tim will always happily tell people that I came as a volunteer. I volunteered to do a couple public records act requests for Tim. I had no idea that I was signing up to challenge a $500 million county project, and most especially, I wasn't expecting that I was signing up for the next 5 years of my life when I volunteered to help you with the Brown Mountain Dam project, Tim. And we still haven't finished up the Brown Mountain Dam project, so we've got more work to get into.
That's right.
But I could say that you know, one of the things that impressed me so much about the group of activists that were around this project was the tenacity, especially because, as Tim noted earlier, we had to win this case twice. First, we won this case back in 2017 through the first trial court case, and what that resulted in was the county reducing the amount of sediment set to be removed by this project from 2.4 million cubic yards to 1.7. So we reduced the size of the project by nearly a third, but there was no corresponding reduction in the environmental harm that would be caused by this project, in particular in the amount of habitat that was set to be removed by the Devil's Gate Dam Sediment Management Project. And so we were at a real crossroads at that moment, because I know that the Arroyo Seco Foundation, a lot of people were exhausted by the amount of work that we had put into this, and but yet they were still disappointed with the result and authorized us to go forward with a second lawsuit to challenge the revised Devil's Gate Dam Sediment Management Project. Ultimately, that resulted in a second tentative ruling against the county, that again ordering another set of environmental review, that resulted in the county coming to the table and ultimately agreeing to address a lot of our concerns about this project. And so it's really a lot about tenacity. There's a lot of times during this 5-year journey that you know, perhaps more rational actors would have given up at that point, but I think that it speaks to the passion of the environmental community here in Pasadena, that we persisted through not one but 2 lawsuits and an appeal. Finally, you know, I'd like to thank everyone. You know, when I went to law school, I think my dream really was to at least once win a case that could make the world a little bit better. And I think thanks to the trust that you've shown in me, and I'm glad that I've been able to deliver in the faith that you showed in a relatively new attorney when I took on this case. And thanks to that, I think I was able to finally, you know, to make the world a little bit of a better place. So thank you, Tim, and thank you, Laura, and thank you to everybody for the faith that you showed in me and my firm.
And thank you, Mitchell. We're so pleased and proud with the good work that you've done. And we're very pleased to honor you today with the Arroyo Verde Award. All right, now our next honoree lives right by Devil's Gate Dam, just on the east side of Hahamongna, and she's been really important in identifying some of the difficulties that have resulted from the sediment management program. And she's pulled together a group of people called the Hahamongna Accountability Project, and has done a great job in working constructively with the county in order to improve the project and reduce a lot of the negative impacts. So now up is Blair Hansen with the Hahamongna Accountability Project.
Is it showing the right slides? Because I'm getting some messages from people that it's not showing the slides.
It's showing the Blair Hansen slide at this time.
Okay, that's good.
Blair, are you?
I'm here.
Oh, good.
Well, thank you very much. I want to just start with congratulations to Rosa. I know she is going to stick around. We need her too much for her to not stick around. And also congratulations and thanks to both Lauren and Darren and Mitchell. And this has been a rigorous process and a rigorous year, and going to the second hauling season, frustrated from the first hauling season. I'm sort of trying to think of what Tim was saying, what's the good news? And there is a lot of good news. And for me, the good news has been being able to sit around my kitchen table with some of you, really brilliant minds, sitting with Tim, learning from Tim, Darren, learning from my neighbors, so many people who've been involved in this for so long, people who've been fighting this project for so long. That's definitely the silver lining, is the community. And I even think about before this project started, you know, we would say hi to all of the people from Audubon or the equestrians, and now we know each other by name. And I can't wait for this pandemic to be over so that all of the faces I see right now, I can say hi to on the trails. And I think it's only deepened our experience. And an experience like this, I mean, it's not something, no one wants the big dig in their backyard. But I really am finally seeing the true good in it, that the community that's been built, and also the potential for restoration. I think there, you know, at one point, the basin was a quarry. You know, that couldn't have been a good day. And today it's not a good day. But I think that what we're working towards is a long-term solution for generations. I think we're going to get this one right. But mostly I'm just grateful to have worked with some of the people, many of you who are here, and I can't wait to continue that work. So thank you very much. And congratulations really to the Arroyo Seco Foundation for an incredible year. You guys have won this year in lots of ways.
Thank you so much, Blair. And I especially want to thank you for the great hors d'oeuvres that you serve at your meetings. You know, it's your kind of neighborhood involvement is really important to the success of these projects. So thank you so much for mobilizing your neighborhood and for really representing the interests of your neighborhood. And we love working with you, so it's really great. All right. Now, you know, another great accomplishment this year, remarkable accomplishment, is the Berkshire Creek project on the other side of Hahamongna. And Berkshire Creek was kind of a forgotten stream that had been severely eroded by occasional floods coming through the area, and it really was kind of unsafe. And Brent Mao from the City of Pasadena Public Works Department kind of took on the challenge. We had a deadline that we had to spend some grant money by a certain date. And the question was, are we going to move ahead with this or not? And Brent is a wonderful engineer and stepped into the leadership of the project and really made the project work. And I think anyone who's been over there to see the Berkshire Creek project knows that this is really a model for a lot of the rest of the Arroyo Seco as well. This was a very successful restoration project, and we're so pleased that that Brent, you know, took such leadership. And we want to salute, of course, also his boss, Aaron Malloyan, who really got out there. And Aaron wanted to make sure that the money was productively spent and that we spent it on time and completed the projects. And he put Brent in charge of it. Brent was just a delight to work with. We were pleased to be technically the co-sponsor of the project that helped some with the planning of the project, as well as the outreach and the actual implementation of the project ultimately. So Rosa was in there too on this project as well. But now we want to thank Brent with the Arroyo Verde Award and give you the opportunity, Brent, to say what you want to say.
All right, thank you, Tim. And thank you for the acknowledgement, but it truly was a team effort. And I'll explain. I do have a few thank yous to say, and I'll explain, but I have never seen a team pull together like this one. We had a pretty steep hill to climb in order to get this project built before we ran out of time as far as the grant funds went. And we definitely would not have made it without the input from everybody on the team. So I'll start with a few thank yous. First and foremost, Tim and the Arroyo Seco Foundation. They, as he mentioned, they were our project partner. They were instrumental in helping us get the Prop 84 grant, shaping the project concept, getting the project through environmental phase, and actually assisting the project by growing some of the natives that were used on the project at the Hahamongna Nursery. So yeah, that was awesome, and thank you, Tim, and the Arroyo Seco Foundation for everything you've done. Next up, you can't build things without money, so I just want to acknowledge the grant agencies, the California Department of Water Resources for the Prop 84 funds, and LA County for the Prop A funds that were used. Basically, they supplied the bulk of the money for the project. And then finally, really thankful for the team. I was really excited about this project when I was given the opportunity to be involved because I thought we could do something really cool out there for the community and the park users, including the plants and animals. But we wouldn't have pulled it out without the team we had. Because of grant deadlines, we had 15 months to get from project concept through environmental, design, bid, award, permitting, and that's 3 different jurisdictional permits, and finally construction. Environmental work and design began in earnest in January of 2019. Construction started the first week of September 2019. So in 9 months, we completed what commonly takes 2 or more years for projects like this. Pretty incredible, and we had help all the way up to folks from Senator Portantino's office and kind of pushing some of the jurisdictional agencies along and getting us the permits we needed to get started. Let's see, and then adding to that pressure, critical drainage components needed to be complete by the first rain event of the year, whenever that might be, or we would risk losing everything to the deluge from the 60-inch pipe that serves as the headwaters of Berkshire Creek. For some reason I lost, okay.
There we go.
So if we didn't have the drainage components complete and in place by the time we got our first rain, we might just lose everything that we had already built. So kind of telling the story, the first appreciable rain of the season occurred on November 20th, 2019. The last anchor for the box culvert in the stream was placed at the end of the day on November 19th, literally the day before our first rain. I like to attribute this to my impeccable scheduling skills, but more likely than not, we had some good luck. So all in all, I'm super pleased with the way it turned out. I hope everyone else is, and it really was a team effort. Acknowledging some of those involved, our city inspection staff, Dan Perez and Ed Gonzalez, and then the city design team, Zach Smith, Jeff Kuhn, Martha Sanchez, Rosa Laveaga. And finally, the SOMAS team. They assisted us in every phase of the project, environmental, permitting, construction, and then they were absolutely stellar in the biological guidance during the construction, as far as plant placement. And they did some really neat things. And in fact, you'll see folks like Richard Lewis out there on weekends
Yes.
in time, pulling weeds and tending to plants. I mean, it's pretty incredible. I've been out there with my family a few times, and it's great to see people enjoying it, but then to see folks like Richard Lewis that are so dedicated, it's awesome. So thank you all for the recognition, and I hope everybody is as pleased with it as I think the city is, and look forward to doing more of these projects in the future.
That's great, Brent. Thank you so much. And as I said earlier, it really is a model for the future of the Arroyo. Wonderful. And I really enjoyed the working relationship with you and with Pasadena Public Works and really making the project come about. It took a long time, you know. We were involved in that project for, gosh, I guess it was 12 years from start to finish. But it all ended up very well. at the end. So thank you so much for your leadership. All right. Now, coming up next was another project that Pasadena Public Works was involved in. And it was the Lower Arroyo Habitat Restoration Program, which we were very pleased to support. And I know there were some people online here, even this evening, who had some differences as to, what kind of trees should be involved in all of that. But we were pleased that ultimately, I think everyone was pleased ultimately that the Habitat Restoration Program in the Lower Arroyo is going to go ahead. And but as part of the process, we met a wonderful student from Cal Poly who was just finishing up his studies at Cal Poly, getting a master's in environmental studies, and has since gotten a job actually at Mount Sac, I guess, as an instructor in environmental studies. His name is Benjamin Brown, and he did a really interesting study for us on the Canary Island pines. So we wanted to recognize the good work that Benjamin did with the Arroyo Verde Award. Benjamin, thank you so much, and this is your opportunity to say a few words.
Well, thank you very much, Tim, for giving me this opportunity. When I hear about all of the work that all of you have put into the Arroyo, I kind of go, what am I even doing here? I'm new to the group. I'm new to the organization. I really want to be more involved with you. Really, again, thank you so much for giving me this opportunity to be here at the awards and to see what everybody is doing. This is really exciting for me. And congratulations to everybody who's being honored tonight. You're all doing a really amazing work. I'm a firm believer in environmental education, and I think that we need more restoration projects like this to create the spaces where environmental education can even take place. So thank you so much, everybody, for the work that you're doing. I'm hoping that I can be more involved with all of you. Anytime that you need, something that's within my field of expertise, you know where to reach me.
Well, that's great. Thank you so much, Benjamin. Really appreciate that.
Of course.
And we're going to follow up on that for sure.
Yeah.
Now, next is something a little bit different, and that is with regard to water policy. The Arroyo Seco Foundation has been an advocate with regard to watershed management and good water management, water resources management, conservation, and the environmental aspects of programs associated with that. And so this year we've been working very closely with Maury Wolfson and Ken Cools, who have just done a wonderful job in terms of researching the city's approach towards water management, and particularly the Arroyo Seco Canyon project, which we have some concerns about, as well as the Pasadena's water resources and supply program. So we want to honor Maury Wolfson and Ken Cools and give you the opportunity to say something. Maury, I don't see Ken here. Do you see Ken here, Maury?
I haven't seen him, no.
Okay. Well, how about you, Maury? You're
Okay.
up.
All right.
Thank you so much for your good efforts.
Well, thank you. Well, it's very nice to see everybody. I recognize a lot of faces, and I just want to give you a brief background on how I came to this. I moved to Pasadena back in 2012, and I lived a block off of Linda Vista Drive. And as soon as I got here, I dialed up the Arroyo Seco Foundation. I wanted to know where I was and what I was doing. I needed a sense of place. My entire career has been in public policy, particularly environmental and energy policy. So it was just a matter of a couple of months before I met with Tim and got that great institutional background about what the history of the Arroyo Seco is and so forth. So a couple of years later, I joined the Environmental Advisory Commission and was happy to have served on the Hahamongna Watershed Park Advisory Committee as the EAC's representative. So during that time period, I learned a lot about the proposed Big Dig and so forth. But just recently, I've been working with an old friend of mine named Ken Cools, who worked for the Metropolitan Water District for 20 years as a senior engineer. And he's been my water guru for many years, along with Tim. And what we were part of is a city process to develop a 25-year plan. They call it the Water Systems Resource Plan. It's out to 2045. It's a $450 million proposed plan that includes everything from pipes to water to habitat to it's a whole package. And Ken and I were serving on that stakeholder committee and felt like there's a lot of interesting things that we would like to bring forward to the public to understand. Plus, there's the Arroyo Seco Canyon project, which is really coming up immediately, like in the next 3 weeks, as a matter of fact, or so. And I've been working a lot with Tim and Ken to help to coordinate those who filed comments on the environmental impact report. So it's just been a wonderful experience. I want to also congratulate Rosa. I was on that committee where she was the staff for 4 or 5 years, and when I was on it, and she did a wonderful job. She really did an exemplary job as what a city staff person can provide to commissioners. So with that, I just want to say I appreciate the opportunity to work with you all. I look forward to a long-term relationship to bring the environmental education to our citizens here, as well as to our city council when they make policy. So thank you very much.
Thanks so much, Mo. I really appreciate all the good work that you do and have done. Now, next is another great, we're just going to kind of tempt you with this presentation because Sean Cross has developed the most beautiful short video which talks about the LA Fish Passage program, which the Arroyo Seco is involved in, together with the Council on Watershed Health, Stillwater Sciences, the City of Los Angeles, the U.S. Bureau of Reclamation, and a variety of other agencies, which is looking at downtown Los Angeles and how to modify 5 miles of the LA River stream in order to accommodate native fish. And so Sean, I remember Sean. Actually, Sean had been in Diane Filibosian's class at Cal State Northridge and did a little videotape, and I noticed how good he was with a camera. And so anyway, I asked him if he'd make a video. And we're not ready to show the video yet, but we're very close. So it's going to be, it's done, but we're going to really promote it beginning in January. It's a short video, but it's an amazing video. You're really going to love it. So we wanted to honor Sean Cross for doing such a good job with that video and to salute all of his good efforts and hope that he does a lot more videos like that in the future. Sean, you're up.
All right. Hello, everybody. Can you hear me okay?
Yes, you sound great.
Awesome. Awesome. Well, congrats to everybody. I first heard about the Arroyo Seco just last year because I did take Diane's class, so I want to thank Diane as well. It was a great class, and without that class, I wouldn't be able to be here today. I wouldn't have met Tim. I wouldn't have been able to hear all of your guys' great efforts and stories, so thank you so much. Thank you, Tim, as well. This is such a good opportunity, and coming out of university last year, I wanted to do something that would make a difference because in film and video and photography, you can do commercial work, you can do work for people. That doesn't really mean a whole lot, but stuff like this where you're trying to actually make an active difference in the environment is very rewarding and it's important to me. So I want to thank you, Tim.
Thank you.
I think you put it very nicely about what the project's about. And I'm really excited for everybody to see it and see if it gains some traction and for people to gain more awareness on that project. So thank you.
It's got a powerful message, Sean, and you did a great job of conveying it. I think there's going to be a lot of excitement when that short video comes out that's really going to focus people on the potential for restoring fish conditions in the LA River and in the Arroyo Seco as well. So thank you so much for your good efforts. And just as a little hint, the animation is really terrific. It's just a great little video. So anyway, look forward to that. Like I said, we're just going to tempt you with it, but be looking for it for, soon after the beginning of the new year. We're going to release it at that time. Okay, now we have a bunch. I turn it over. Parker, is Portia going to handle this section or are you?
No, I'm gonna go ahead and do it myself.
Excellent. Good.
All right. thank you so much, Tim, for handling that first half of the presentation, or more than half even. I'm excited to get to some of the Nursery Volunteers Awards for this year. First and foremost, Keely Luna, who has been instrumental in keeping Hahamongna running and thriving, and has really brought Hahamongna to a brand new place in terms of all kinds of different areas of our work. First and foremost, she's done a lot of work with regards to our soil and compost program. When I first got there, things were kind of languishing a bit in that regards, but she's really transformed that whole program, and we're now producing a lot of compost and some of the finest quality that I've ever seen. So I'm really excited about that. And in addition to that, she's also taken the helm over the propagation of oaks and that whole program. And she's basically single-handedly managed to propagate over 400 and some odd different oaks so far this year. We've got a lot more germinated already that we're ready to get into tubes soon. So hopefully we'll have thousands of trees growing for next year. And we're really excited about that. So I'm super excited to present this certificate and award to Keely Luna. Keely, are you, let me see if I can get her.
I'm here.
Oh, there she is. Awesome. Keely, do you want to say something?
Well, thank you very much. I just feel really fortunate to have found the nursery. It's been kind of like a life-changing experience for me because I found it on accident through a class that I was taking in school as an environmental science major. And it's just been such a great place to learn and sort of find myself in a place where I didn't really know where I was going. And I'm just really grateful to the community and the whole organization, and for this opportunity to kind of give back to a place that I've been very fortunate to have in my life, my entire life growing up, the Arroyo, and yeah, everywhere around it. And so, yeah, that's about it.
Thank you so much, Keely. That was awesome. Really appreciate all the hard work you've done, and I can't tell you how much you've done for this place. It's really awesome. Next up, we have another one of our, two of our volunteers, really, Vanessa Wolfe and Lauren Johnson. Vanessa and Lauren created an amazing video last year about the creation of their own garden at their home in Pasadena in the Arroyo. And it was a really incredible resource. It got a lot of traction online and everybody really loved it. And then they even did a Zoom presentation for us as well. Where they did a lot of Q&A and were able to guide people through how they went about the whole process in more depth. And we really want to honor them for the work they did there. I don't see them in the chat. Are you guys there?
No, I don't think they're there.
All
I don't
right.
think they made it. So we'll present it to them outside.
Yes. Next, we have the Eagle Scouts Troop 507, who have been installing these incredible seed cages to protect all of our plants against herbaceous predators in our area. There were a number of scouts that helped with that. Hayden Crawford, Mason Pereira, their dads, and the scout masters. Everybody really chipped in. Their whole families, all their friends chipped in, and they've really done a lot to actually transform the actual space and the quality of work that we can do at the nursery. And so we're really, really proud of the work that they've done. I see Mason is on and Hayden is on. I'm going to unmute Hayden as well. Mason seems to be unmuted. If you guys want to say anything, we'd love to hear from you guys.
Yeah, thank you for allowing us to do our projects at your nursery. I don't know about Hayden, but I had a really fun time being there and working on my project and seeing everybody else, all the volunteers there, and starting to learn more about my backyard, because I always grew up going to Hahamongna hikes there with our Boy Scout troop and that kind of thing. So it was really fun. to be able to give back to it in a way. So thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Mason.
Yeah, going off of Mason's point, we look around a lot of the time and we never really take in like what's in our community and everything. And to me, Hahamongna Nursery was never really on the radar for me until Mason's dad introduced me to it. And I found great joy in going there all the time. And it's been a great pleasure working with Portia and her staff. Thank you.
Thank you guys so much. I feel like I'm missing some other, I know there's more Eagle Scouts projects coming soon, and I feel like I missed somebody. Andrew Johnson and Jack Robinson, who I don't believe is able to come tonight. Is Andrew in here tonight? Not sure if Andrew made it. Anyway, thank you guys so much, and to the Scoutmasters, John and Mike. We really appreciate it. You guys were amazing.
Steve.
And Steve.
Thank you for giving us the opportunity to work on these fabulous projects. We have more to do. Mike, do you have anything to add?
I think for us, I'd like to give a shout out to Mike Crawford, Hayden's dad, who's been sort of has been supervising the building of these projects. We've built 7 so far. We've got 3 more to go, and we're going to one cut up ready to go to install right after Christmas. So these projects are fun, and the Scouts are taking a lot of fun in designing these things and building these things. And I'll tell you, some of these projects, if there's an earthquake, jump inside some of these things, because you'll be safe. These things are structurally sound.
They really are
Mike,
incredible.
Mike, Mr. Devine mentioned Mr. Crawford. We also need to mention Mr. Pereira, who supervised the first five low-rise structures. Thank you, Mr. Pereira.
Yeah, Steve's really been incredible in lending a hand, not only with the production of the first 3, but also helping facilitate the production of the others, and doing all of the irrigation work for us, and really went above and beyond, as all of you guys have. We can't thank you guys enough. So thank you guys again, and we're looking forward to working with you guys more. Next up, we have Benny Jacobs Schwartz, who's been an amazing presence at the nursery and within the Arroyo Seco Foundation this year. Benny works with BioCitizen LA and has really helped us develop our educational program. He's been bringing his students through and helping us shape our youth education program in a way that's been really amazing, and we can't thank him enough. Benny, are you here tonight? I saw you join earlier.
Yeah.
Fantastic. Benny, thank you so much for coming tonight, and I'm so happy to present you with this award.
Thank you, Parker, and thank you, Tim, and everybody here. I think first and foremost, what's so special about the Arroyo is just the community and the collaboration that's happening. And, I only know a handful of folks here, but, I'm San Fernando Valley Audubon and like a naturalist and obviously like impassioned educator. And so for us being able to see the community that's here and the community that's like rallying and supporting ASF and Hahamongna, it's pretty special. And I'm just grateful that Hahamongna Native Plant Nursery exists. And Parker and I have shared a lot of conversations about kind of the direction and the vision and the excitement that we have to kind of upgrade and continue developing the infrastructure there so that we can continue welcoming groups like BioCitizen to explore and learn about the basin. And there were some great comments I heard earlier this evening from folks who have also been honored tonight, understanding kind of the necessity for environmental education and kids being environmentally fluid. And so I think the basin itself is just this incredible classroom that as we continue to, restore it, develop it, its natural resources in like a really sustainable way, I think that these connections are only going to continue to grow. And, my organization's after school enrichment program just ended. Our last day of class was basically at the JPL trailhead at the Gabrielino Trail. And some of my little kids, I have between 4.5-year-olds and 6-year-olds, between 4.5 and 7-year-olds in that group. And you know, they were just like splashing around in the creek and just like loving it and running around. And, you know, one of them was like, this is the best day ever. And it really is the best day ever anytime you can get into the Arroyo. And some of our environmental curriculum is like a multi-part experience. And we trace the origins of the Arroyo up to like into the San Gabriels, into the beginning of the Front Range. And, you know, some of our favorite stops are getting, like, we'll start off in kind of the South Arroyo, like at the Arlington Garden, and then go west to the Arroyo and walk along the casting ponds and then finish at Desiderio. And then the subsequent day, we start in Hahamongna at the basin. We go over some of the basics of native plants, and we talk about oak trees and, you know, a lot of those connections. And then we meander over to the Native Plant Nursery, and then the kids, their eyes light up. It's crazy to see how they respond when Parker talks about the native plants, because I'm just like, I'm trying to tell them how cool this is, and then Parker tells them all these cool stories, and they see this nursery and like that there's a thing that's real and people are excited about it. Like, these kids are just so fired up about this. And, you know, Hahamongna, the plant nursery, I think is really just getting started in terms of the opportunities and the like development of the infrastructure there. So if kids and people are having such a profound experience now, like, I can only imagine what it's going to be like for folks as a classroom and a teaching space, you know, in the future. So humongous thank you to Tim and Parker and everyone who's been contributing to this community. You know, I'm new to like the ASF kind of community, but I'm not going anywhere. So big thanks to everybody and lots of love.
Thanks so much, Benny. You've been amazing. Really appreciate you.
Well, make sure to call it to attention, the wonderful hummingbird video that he
Oh,
did.
and yes,
Available.
I can't believe I forgot all about the video.
Arroyo Seco, yeah,
Yes.
the YouTube channel of the Arroyo Seco Foundation. It's
Yeah,
a
be sure to check out
wonderful
Benny's video from Sea to Summit, the marvelous hummingbird, a Zoom presentation that we did with him about a month ago, which was really amazing, and everybody really enjoyed it. We've had a great reception to that. And thank you so much again for doing that too, Benny.
My pleasure, guys.
Anytime. All right. Next up, one of our best volunteers, Laura Hodge, has been absolutely incredible. Just the sheer dedication she's shown to doing the work that is really required to keeping the nursery and the Arroyo Seco Foundation functioning. Work that that it's really hard to find a volunteer that's willing to do it, honestly. Stuff like a lot of data entry and things like that. But in addition to that, she's really helped us develop systems for tracking our data and just general stuff that we've needed in the nursery and in the organization. She's been really instrumental in helping us develop and implement new systems that help keep the place working and functioning smoothly. So I can't thank Laura enough for all the hard work she's done this year. Laura, I saw that you were on. Are you unmuted?
Yes, I unmuted.
Yep.
Hey, Laura, thanks so much. Would you like to say something?
Thank you. It's very kind of you to include me in this illustrious group, and I'm just happy that my skills can help you guys do the really important work to save the arroyo and the stream and the watershed. And I'm just really happy to be part of the group. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Laura. Portia, can you, let me see if, I'm gonna get Portia to unmute herself here for a second.
Unmute.
Portia, do you want to say something to Laura?
Laura, you've been just wonderful to have my volunteer as opposed to all the other volunteers that help Parker and Keeley. You're kind of my special one, and I really need the help, I have to say. And I'm very grateful that you come and you enjoy it, and you're like, oh, that's no big deal, it's no problem, and you understand all the stuff that I don't. So thank you so much.
We're a good team, Portia. I like working with you a lot, and with everybody else, Parker in the office. We have a good time, we get the work done, and it's just the most beautiful place to work. It's my favorite thing ever.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Laura.
Thank you, everybody.
Thank you, Laura.
Thank you.
Next up is another one of our volunteers, an amazing green thumb of a human being, Michelle Forrest, is here with us tonight, and I'm excited to present her with this award. She comes in twice a week, every week, and always has the best demeanor and is always willing to deal with our thorniest plants. She teases me sometimes that I always like to give her the thorniest stuff, always the pokiest things to deal with, but she always she always does it with a smile, and I can't thank her enough for all the work she did. She's really been great to have around because she's honestly better at handling plants than I am, for sure. She has a way of looking at them and knowing what's wrong with them in a way that I'm still learning from her in a lot of ways. So Michelle, thank you so much. I'm happy to present you with this award. Are you able to say something? Let me see, I gotta get you off mute here. Hi, Michelle.
Hey. Well, this is very sweet to get an award. I have to say that the nursery's been a wonderful addition to my life. Being an unemployed musician, it's been something to look forward to every week, to go in, and I love working with plants, and it's just, I've met a lot of nice people like Parker and Portia and Keely and Sergio and Laura and a bunch of people. So thanks everybody. It's been really fun.
Thank you so much, Michelle.
Yeah. Okay.
All right. Next we have Sarah Rascon, and she's not here though. Is that correct, Tim?
I don't think she is here, but Vickery Murphy from Senator Portantino's office is here, so we wanted to acknowledge her and to thank her for coming, and hopefully she'll report back to Senator Portantino all the good things going on in the Arroyo. He's been such a help to us.
Hi, Tim. It's my pleasure to watch you guys honor everybody who's here. And Michelle and I have a musical connection, so it's fantastic to see you, Michelle, and then have them acknowledge all the fantastic things you do. So lovely to see you, and lovely to see you too, Tim, and everybody else. And I'm so sorry that we can't be together for this event. I've been at these for you guys on other occasions, and it's wonderful, such a wonderful group of people. So in my heart, I am with you, but I'm here in my own house. So
thanks, Vickery. Thanks so much.
All right. So we also want to honor the memory of William Bill Christian. I'm going to hand that over to Tim.
Well, Bill Christian was a real hero of the Arroyo. He died just about a month ago. He was a lifelong activist in support of good causes, a very prominent attorney in Los Angeles. He ended up working with the Nature Conservancy, one of the nation's leading environmental organizations, and he did particularly desert protection programs for them. He also was very active. He lived in Linda Vista, and he was very active in the West Pasadena Residents Association. And he was also a member of the board of the Arroyo Seco Foundation for years, and was always a very wise, kind, gentle man with wonderful vision of conservation and sustainability. And you can see him there on the Arroyo, not too far from his home with his dog. So we're really going to miss Bill. He was such a wonderful, kind spirit, and one of the best of the Arroyo heroes.
Thank you so much for that, Tim. Lovely tribute to an important figure. Well, thank you everyone so much for coming out tonight. This has been a really amazing evening. It's a great relief to get to just spend a night celebrating during what's been kind of a trying year for everybody, but what's been an amazing year for the Arroyo Seco and the nursery. So I'm really grateful to have been able to be here and share this time with you guys, even though it has to be digital this year. Hopefully next year we can get together in person, hopefully sooner than that even. We'll see how this whole vaccination process goes, I guess. But we're going to welcome back Joaquim Cooder in just a minute, as soon as he's able to join us again. He should be loading in soon. I'm trying to keep. Is he in the waiting room? Oh, there he is. He's connecting. Beautiful. I'm gonna unmute him. There he is. Hey, Joaquim.
Hey, sorry guys. Can you see me?
Not yet, no.
I see a big Parker.
I just see a regular, there you are.
Do you want to pin his video so we all are?
Oh, is that how, if I pin it, that will work? Oh, there it is. Beautiful.
Hello, everybody. How's everybody been doing in the Hahamongna party?
Doing great.
Fabulous.
Okay. All right. I'm gonna Parker, should I play a couple songs?
That would be wonderful. I'm really excited for this. I have to say the first song I'm familiar with. I've listened to it dozens of times. I'm a big fan of Fuchsia Machu Picchu.
Oh, Fuchsia Machu Picchu, yes. That's my main plant song. I know, I'm trying to think about.
I feel like I heard you mention Coyote Brush in another song, just in sort of.
Oh, Coyote Brush in the air. Might call you up when I get there. Yes, and that's native.
Yes, yeah.
Okay, let me try that one.
It's a good one.
Hey, beauty boy. We're having a little get together here with a couple of our families that we've potted with over these months.
Nice.
Okay, so all right, how about that? I'll do my Coyote Brush song as my little, Parker, how many songs am I gonna do right now?
However many you like.
Okay, I'll do a couple from the new record I put out. And I'll start with Come Along, Buddy.
Awesome.
All right. Left my home a week ago, now I'm standing at your window. Something sure is smelling good, maybe you'll spare some if you could. Getting happy, don't you know now? Come on, buddy, don't you wanna go? Steam train go riding up and down Great Bear Mountain to Felton Town. Train car filling up with dreams far back as the eye can see. Getting happy, don't you know now? Come on, buddy, don't you wanna go? Wrong verse. Build a tree house in your tree, maybe you'll wanna stay with me. Send these pictures to my friends, let them know I found you in the end. Getting happy, don't you know now? Come on, buddy, don't you wanna go? Tiny bottles, blue and green, laid out by your TV screen. I've been hearing your voice inside each one, I'm wondering what it means. Getting happy, don't you know now? Come along, buddy, don't you wanna go now? Getting happy, don't you know now? Come along, buddy, don't you wanna go now? Get happy, don't you know now? Come along, buddy, don't you wanna go now? Get happy, don't you know now? Come along, buddy, don't you wanna go now?
Beautiful.
Oh my goodness, you guys.
No, I love it. Thank you so much. That's amazing. Can you hold up your instrument and show
Oh
everyone?
yeah. This is a really large version of like a thumb piano. You know, like the little African thumb piano Mbira type things that we are used to seeing. Oh, Ted left. He didn't want to learn about the Mbira, I guess. But
hey, you can't please everybody.
Look.
You might have a family thing going on too.
No, I'm just kidding. It goes down in octaves, and then it goes up in fifths. So it's a very modal thing, and it's very, I don't know, it kind of leans into a sort of African feel or Celtic sometimes. And thank you. Somebody just said it was a cool instrument. That's great. Anyways, so I've had this for about 25 years, and then the instrument builder out of San Diego, he started making solid body electric versions of it, so I could plug into a guitar amp or something and play on stage. And then things got crazy in Mbira land, as I'm sure you can imagine.
One of the recipients of an award tonight is asking, is there any way that you can show the instrument while you play the next tune? Can you tilt your camera down just a little bit so we can get your hands in?
You know, yeah, let me try that. I was trying to do that earlier, but then I had to run into another room. Here, let's see.
No,
I would like Blair to feel that I'm doing this.
There we go.
Hold on a second. I'm trying to get. Oh, thank you, Yvonne. See, it's like. Well, let me move back even more. One day when this is all over, we can all do a real show in the Arroyo. Right? Wouldn't that be fun?
Oh man, I'm looking forward to it.
That's kind of semi-doable, right, guys?
If that works for you.
Been in business and I've been in love. Used to fly high like a turtle dove. Had the blues many a time. Just a woman on a poor man's mind. I got the morning blue. Oh, so bad. I said, honey, come and kiss me. It's the worst I ever had. Ashes to ashes, dust to dust. Find me a woman that a man can trust. Dime's worth of grease and a nickel worth of lard. I would buy more, but the times are so hard. I got the morning blue. Oh, so bad.
said, honey, come and kiss me. It's the worst I ever had. What's the use of me working so hard? I got a woman in the rich folks' yard. Well, she brings me meat and she brings me pie. Bring me some of everything the rich folks buy. I got the morning blue, oh so bad. I said, honey, come and kiss me. It's the worst I ever had. I said, honey, come and kiss me. It's the worst I ever had. I said, honey, come and kiss me. It's the worst I ever had. Oh, somebody just said, tell everybody about Uncle Dave Macon. Who said that? Okay, I'll explain.
Hey.
That was awesome. Thank you so much.
All right, thank you. Somebody reminded me to explain this new record I put out it's all songs of a banjo player named Uncle Dave Macon, who was born in the late 1800s and took all this music that he grew up with and medicine show music, minstrel music, stuff that was really popular at the time, and repopularized it for a later audience in the 1920s. And so he was sort of the first superstar of the Grand Ole Opry. And there was just something about his songs that I heard when I was very young, about 5 years old, that they're very catchy, and sort of something about playing them on this instrument is, I don't know, the banjo is very percussive and also has roots in Africa. And so it made sense in this very odd way. And so that's what I did. That's what this was.
That makes great sense.
Parker talked about the one about coyote brush. We got to bring it back to the natives. Sometimes I change the lyrics. Uncle Dave wasn't singing about coyote brush, but keep my stars shining bright while I walk alone tonight. Every station I pass by, thought I heard little Ella cry. I'm bound to go, over that road I'm bound to go. Coyote brush in the air, might call you up when I get there. Might see rain, I might see snow, over that road I'm bound to go. Bound to go, over that road bound to go. Just
one stop before I go, right down Tennessee Valley Road. Every station I passed by, thought I heard little Ella cry. I'm bound to go, over that road I'm bound to go. Better put these over your eyes when you look up in the sky. I'll see it too when I go over that road, just so you know. We not, my dear honey, I'm bound to go. Bound to go. Over that road, bound to go. All right, everybody.
Awesome. Thank you
guys for having me.
Thank you so much. That was beautiful.
Oh, Fleet Foxes vibes. Thank you. Get to see these little sentences that kind of people say. But Parker, thank you for asking me to join in.
Thank you so much for being here with us.
Totally
our pleasure to host you.
Yes. What? Say that again.
Totally our pleasure to have you. I mean.
Oh, thank you. I would like to come. Hopefully, come join in the good in-person vibes at some point. So
absolutely, come back to the nursery sometime and see us again.
Yes, I need to get that shirt. I need to get your new shirt that you.
I got a shirt for you. Well, that's. I think the one that you want is Margaret Gallagher's new shirt, the Arroyo at Night with the datura and tarantula.
Margaret, I would like your Arroyo at Night shirt, please.
Yes, come get that from us. I'll have it for you. I'll set one aside. What size are you?
Probably big, the biggest there is.
All right, I'll look for whatever says the biggest on it.
Okay.
All right. Thanks, Joaquim.
Thank you, guys. Merry Christmas. Happy New Year. Happy holidays.
Happy holidays.
I love you guys.
See you soon.
All right.
I guess we're going to wrap it up there. That sound good to you, Tim?
That sounds great. Thank you so much, Joaquim. That was really wonderful. Everything was great. Wonderful event. Thanks all for coming. Thanks all for caring about the Arroyo and about Mother Earth.
Thank you, guys.